Hello everyone, and welcome to Reboot Your Life. Today we're going to do some coherence building practice, and we will also have some Q&A if you have any questions. And also we're going to honor courage. And so today we are going to pay special attention to honoring courage for men and women who have stepped forward against predatory behavior. So let us now begin with our heart coherence building technique. We will do a quick coherence technique where we will be talking about, we will be connecting with our heart and then activating a positive feeling. And then we'll talk a bit about the theme for today, and then we will actually send out, using heart lock-in technique, the advanced form of the coherence building technique, and we will send that out to honor courage and resilience displayed by men and women. So let us begin by, first of all, placing the awareness in the area of our hearts, and take slow, deep breaths, and visualize these breaths flowing in and out of our hearts. Breathing a little gentler and a little slower and a lot deeper than you normally would. So take these slow, deep breaths. Visualize them flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Put a gentle smile on your face. It's very important for you to do that. Beautiful. And now I want you to activate a regenerative emotion such as compassion, love, appreciation, gratitude. Just bring that forward and draw that into your heart as you take these slow, deep breaths and experience these positive emotions. Beautiful. Very nice. And continue to do this even as we are speaking about the theme for the day. Okay? So take those slow, deep breaths. Beautiful. And now, while we're in this state of coherence, when we're building this field of compassion around us, let us engage in the conversation. So the theme here was inspired by one or two members who suggested that this be a topic that we tackle for this week. And the topic being that of the recent, courageous women who have stepped forward and said that there were individuals, Harvey Weinstein is the person that was outed on this one, where he had predatory behavior towards women. And women stepped forward, and Hollywood and the organizations associated with Hollywood took a very harsh stand and got rid of Harvey Weinstein's prestigious position. And so he's paying the price for this. Maybe it's a little too late, but nevertheless he's paying the price for this. But I want to talk a bit about the courage displayed by these women. So the first woman to ever speak out against sexual abuse, I'm almost betting that we don't know who that is. We don't know who that is. And simply because there have been women who have been stepping forward and being persecuted for their views. And this has probably happened many decades ago when the first woman stood up and said enough. Probably happened many centuries ago that the first woman that stood up and said enough is enough. And likely she was persecuted, perhaps killed, tortured, whatever it is. But throughout time, as women stood up, and it took a lot for the next woman to stand up after seeing what happened to the other woman, the first woman. The second woman that stood up displayed tremendous amount of courage, because that is indeed, she knew the consequences of what would happen. But despite that, she stood her ground, she stood her truth. And these are the unspoken names of men and women who have done this. There's no doubt that there were men involved in this that supported the women, that protected the women. But it was not until the most recent event, because it took centuries for women to gain their rights, I mean, we only as a society, as a government, allowed women to vote in the 1900s. That's how much effort and courage that were displayed by women to finally tip at the tipping point. Even today, we see disparity in wages, even in North America, between women and men. So this is an ongoing struggle and battle. And there are women that are courageous enough to step forward and say, I will take the hit, but I know that future generations will be able to actually transform because of this. Now, we took all of those women over centuries and over decades that caused the tipping point. And I feel that this is the tipping point now, where all of a sudden the more famous individuals, such as Quentin Tarantino, and individuals like that are coming out and saying, you know what, I allowed this to happen. I knew this was happening. I personally knew Harvey Weinstein. This is Quentin Tarantino saying. And I just ignored it. And then he admits, Quentin Tarantino admits, that it was only when he saw the Me Too hashtag that was being popularized on social media, and he saw all these women that were actually broadcasting their own experiences and using the hashtag Me Too. When they were broadcasting this, it was that helped, that got him, that really struck him, and saying, I allowed this. And now he's admitting that yes, although he did not, he wasn't part of he did not take action, a predatory action towards women. At least he did not admit that. But he said, by staying silent, I was complicit, and I no longer can do that. That is a very powerful statement. By not saying anything, by being silent, you are complicit. And he's taking a stand, and he's being a role model for the rest. And there are other notable individuals who have come out now, men who have said, all right, enough is enough. No more predatory behavior. I will call them out. And so now society has given permission, because of the courageous acts by women over centuries. They've given them permission to say, this is enough. Enough is enough. And now you've got, as women, you have a lot of people backing you in your quest to right the wrongs. And to that, we celebrate the courage shown by all the women and all the men that supported the women that have brought it to this point where it's now a tipping point. And so today we honor all those people, and we continue to honor the strength and the courage displayed by individuals who are now standing up against tyranny, even though they know they're going to be persecuted. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me create a better world for my children, my grandchildren, because what these women have done, they're setting the stage where my children and my grandchildren will actually thrive. So thank you. I have 2 daughters, and I want them to grow up in the world which is being developed right now, which is being created right now by these courageous men and women. So let us now send them our heart love. Let us now build this field of coherence and shine it out to them using the heart lock-in technique. So let us now place our awareness in the area of our heart and take slow, deep breaths. And visualize these breaths flowing in and out of our hearts, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Slow, deep breaths. And visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Beautiful. Put a gentle smile on your face. Beautiful. And now I want you to experience courage. And every one of us was born with courage. And as you're taking these slow, deep breaths, let me share with you why I believe that each one of us was born with an innate ability to show courage, to demonstrate courage, to break through our own limitations. We were born with that. And let me share with you why that is while you're taking the slow, deep breaths and visualizing these breaths flowing in and out of your heart. If you notice children, newborn, and as they grow up to be 1 year old, they will strive to walk. They will try walking. They will fall down, but they will not give up. As parents, we try and protect them, and we hold them, and we kind of spot them, but they're not going to stop doing that. We cannot stop them from doing that. This is where the children become the boss, and we have no control over this. They want to walk. They'll fall down so many times, they'll skin their knees, they'll cry, but they will stand up and they'll walk. They will climb the stairs, even though you're going to be worried about, oh my God, this person's going to fall over backwards. They will still strive for it. This is children. This is their instinct. Nobody has taught them fear. This is who you are at the very core as an individual. Bring that forward and shine that out. So I want you to now bring that feeling of courage that is already within you, that you are born with, that you're built, you're hardwired with. Activate that and bring that forward. Take those deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. And now I want you to fill your vessel, your body, with this feeling of courage that you were born with. And now fill it up. Experience this courage that you have. And take this courage now and bathe in it. Send it from the top of your head to the bottom of your foot. And just allow each cell in your body to be bathed in this courage of energy field. And once you've done that, I want you to send that out. I want you to send it out beyond you. I want it to go beyond you, out there. And the intention is for all the women and men over time that have displayed courage. I want this courage to honor them. So send this out as that intention that I just stated is I want to honor your courage that has brought me and my children and my grandchildren in the future, that will allow us to thrive as equal human beings and serve others in this way. So send that field of energy out to them. Now I want you to send it out to those who are getting ready to step forward against tyranny, against predatory behavior. I want this energy and courage that you blast out there. I want that to fill their hearts so that they can have the courage to speak their truth and stand up for tyranny. So let's send them that. Just radiate that outwards to all areas and envelop the entire globe. There are a lot of places that are worse off than we are. Tons of places. If sexual harassment is our biggest problem, that it pales in comparison to what's going on in other parts of the world. And I want us to send our wave of courage to those individuals who will then step forward and be persecuted for their stand, but they will be building towards a momentum that will eventually be clear the way for getting rid of predatory behavior. But the first few people that stand up will pay the price. Let us send them our love and our courage for serving us in this way. And we honor them. We honor their families. We honor their children. And we thank them for the sacrifice. Every one of them. Send that out. Thank you very much for helping me. Join me in this very heart-centered wave. And I can feel it right now. You guys are very powerful. And I can feel the emotions. I can feel that gratitude and compassion. It's currently overwhelming me. And so now I'd like you to ask me any questions that you have. If there's anything that I can respond to and answer. And if you are joining me after the live broadcast, type in your questions. I'll be happy to respond as they come up. So if there's any questions, please feel free to ask right now. I don't see any questions coming, so perhaps we can just sign off. And thank you for joining me today. And in a week or so, we will do this again, and we will find another theme. If you want if you have any suggestions on any particular theme we want to talk about, please feel free to type that in and share that with us. All right? Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to connecting with you in the near future. Take care.